Welcome to Valkre. My name is Jerry Alderman. Let's explore the tools that product marketers use to manage value propositions. Create value propositions for offerings that are then connected to help sellers sell. So let's take a look first at the outcomes of that product marketing work, and then we'll explore how they do the work. So let's go to the outcomes. We go to a place we call the library, which is the source of truth for the work that product marketers do. So we'll choose a particular offering. In this case, we're choosing something in healthcare that's around asset tracking software in emergency rooms. So here's the outcome of a product marketer's work. We can see they describe the basic offering. They talk about the customer, the profile, the target profile of the segment that they're after, what are the market and strategic challenges that are trying to be solved for those customers. We continue down into the value story. So what are the top 3 or 4 differentiating stories that we believe as product marketers that make our company different than competitive alternatives? Who within the hospital environment cares about our story, our offering, in this case operations, nursing, executives? What are the customer outcomes or metrics that we're targeting to impact? In this case, bed availability, nurse availability. What are the quantified outcomes to customer? How are they better off by doing business with us versus alternatives? In this case, we improve bed availability by 10%, and that yields a quantitative outcome. We reduce device costs by 30%. That yields also a quantifiable outcome. So we're capturing that work of the product marketer. We capture proof points, i.e., why do we have any proof for why this is different? Competitive alternatives. If we scroll back up, we can see we're able to capture the files and links that support the claims within this offering, related value propositions that a sales rep may want to have access to that's related to this offering. We also can capture all the news and feedback. So in this case, it may be feedback from sales, it may be feedback from other marketers, but here's all the feedback associated with this offering. As you can see, we can then drill down and look at particular, the full value story. We can look at quantified outcomes. Here we can see, cool visual value trees to help the sellers consume, kind of the quantitative component, which is always hard for the sellers to understand. So what you're looking at is something that could be connected to CRM. Salespeople can access it via mobile. They can access it via iPad. It just becomes the ultimate source of truth of marketing's work, connecting it to sales to help sellers sell. So let's take a moment and just look at where does the marketer do this work. So if we go back into the workspaces, which is the product marketing workspace, we go down into this healthcare example that I was talking about, we can see now the palette from which the marketers work. There's a place for them to work on value propositions, to work on the stories, the quantified outcomes, and to organize those stories and outcomes with their offerings and do as many versions and segments as necessary. There's a place for them to capture feedback on that value proposition. What are customers saying? What is sales saying? What are people saying about this, both in terms of what's working, what's not working, ideas for improvement. There are then analytics for the product marketer to process all of that feedback, to understand, okay, how are different segments thinking about this? How are different personas within our customers thinking about this? To process all the data, what are the insights that are generated that might help us improve this offering? There's a place then for them to prioritize those insights into what should we go work on and make decisions about things we should work on. And finally, a place for them to manage the actual work. What are we working on, and ensure everyone understands not only where we're at today with our value prop, but what are we doing to improve it. So this is the place where product marketers do that work. Then the outcomes are connected into the library to create that ultimate source of truth for sales to use to improve how they interact with their customers on value. So we do all of this for the product marketer to do 4 things really. It's 1, to help them create structure. So you can see the structure in this. 2 is to speed up the work and connect it digitally to the rest of the organization. 3 is to help them sustain it. so that next year we're doing it in a similar way that we were doing it this year. And finally, to create that ultimate scale. So through a large organization, we have product marketing doing work in a similar way at scale so that sales can consume it in a similar way. So that's it for product marketing. Thank you very much.